So last time, you guys encountered a weird vampiric orc who you later learned was of the name of Atanase, who kind of helped you clear out the last of these Darrow. You managed to kill off the Darrow Savant, the spellcaster, Scylla, with a great thrust of your trident, and you eventually managed to finish off the Etten and capture the last remaining Darrow, to which Sue and Scylla interrogated in a horrifying fashion, not unlike the feast of the vampire. And Sefel found themselves succumbing to this hunger, this eldritch mind flare hunger to consume brains. And you learned a bit more about what was happening within this cavern. You managed to find some interesting magic items and some books. Before you guys kind of settled in for a full night's rest, you took some watches. And the most interesting things kind of there at the close of the end of the day was Adanase disappeared as a mist into this weird obelisk that he was carrying with him. And Indigo, you noticed some strange noises kind of from around the area as you were in warg form. And then Sefel, you felt a ripple pass through the Ferez as some kind of magic had been, or something had been conducted somewhere to the northeast. And so you have all awoken. What would you like to do? You're now newly 5th level. Do we want to talk about that first?
Sure.
You want me to go first? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Scylla hits twice now. Done.
Hell yeah.
Nice and simple.
Yeah.
But you also got 10 more HP.
Yeah, 10 plus 3.
Fuck
10
yeah.
plus 3.
13.
Beast.
It's even better.
Yep.
Who wants to go?
Indigo can go. Indigo now has access to those sweet 5th level or 3rd level spells.
Can you imagine?
My power has grown.
He will
back
heal
to
us all.
So I got some cool stuff that I can whip out and bother Will with.
Yeah. You clerics. You're worse than wizards.
I'll fight that one, but okay. Just wait.
Well, what do you got, Fancy Pants 5th Wizard?
Yep, so I also gained access to 3rd level spells.
Sucks.
One of which, continuing down my graviturgy line, I'm very excited to use.
Oh no.
And then I will say, because we've run into a lot of powerful spellcasting sons of bitches, and it's been taking us down, and I'm not a fan of it. So I also grabbed Counterspell.
Nice.
Fuck!
Well, you'd love to hear it.
So
I
that
love
is a thing. That is a thing that exists now. We have, the hag fucked us up. This Darrow Savant, whatever, cast 2 lightning bolts and fucked us up.
Yeah.
It's kind of forming a pattern, and I'm not a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, smart choices were made. I forgot that was a 3rd level spell, and I regret the level up. But
Good.
it doesn't matter, because I'll get you all eventually.
Yeah, no, I have 2 3rd level slots. You're fine.
We're fine. Sue gets to attack twice now for you guys, and she got a new spell. With some consensus here, you have Pass Without Trace. She also gets now due to her Dwagger or Gray Dwarf magic, she gets invisibility as well.
Hell yeah.
And because of Gloomstalker, she gets Rope Trick.
Nice.
Ooh, I love
That's a
that.
solid spell.
Yeah, so she's got Alarm, Disguise Self, Snare, Speak with Animals, Beast Sense, Enlarge, Reduce, Invisibility, Pass Without Trace, and Rope Trick. So she's got some good stuff. Only 6 slots, but they're not meant to be full casters. Everybody feel good?
Yeah.
Feel a hell of a lot better than I did a session ago. I'll
Yep.
say that.
Sure. I'm sure. Okay. Well, you guys, you're awake. I think it was also said off air that Scylla and Sue had gone back to the dead monstrous dog and had stripped it of some of its meat and cooked it up. So you guys had 20 more rations because you were essentially starting over since Lara's body had disappeared. Okay.
Also, quick thing. I do need to roll for the charges that I regain on the staff. However,
yes.
because of so I only used 4,
Mm-hmm.
but what I roll to regain is 1d6 plus 4. So no matter what I roll on the d6, I'm going to go back to full.
Okay, well then don't
So
bother
we'll
rolling.
just say that I am back to full charges.
Yep. Okay. What would you guys like to do? You've got the path to the east. You've got another like odd fungal thicket to the east. You guys want to just chill out for the day? What are you thinking?
Sefel will, as they're sort of going through their morning prep, the Ferez, I don't know, we haven't been paying much attention, I suppose, to it while we've been here, but I did notice during my watch last night that the Ferez pulsed for a split moment, and then it didn't happen again, but it felt like it was coming from a northeasterly direction. I don't know for certain what would be causing that, but it might be worth investigating if we are searching for what we believe we are.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, if they are, like our friend said, ripping a perhaps literal hole in space, then that could be it.
Will, am I caught up on the Ferez?
Oh yes, you've lived your whole life in the Underdark. You know about it. You know it's tricky stuff. It influences all life within the Underdark. You and Sue could consider yourselves like native experts on it. It's what any civilization that has managed to survive in the Underdark, such as the Drow, the Grey Dwarves, even the Deep Gnomes, they congregate in areas where there's large amounts of it infused within the bedrock and stuff like that, or caverns, because it wards off the greater monstrosities and things lurking within the Underdark that allow them to survive. Otherwise, it wouldn't be possible. It's what also allowed you to maintain your home deep within the Dark Lake. It's what kind of helped, but also influenced the life down there. It's what manipulated things to grow in such ways. It's what fills the fungi with bioluminescence, but it works differently with everything and everyone. It is essentially wild magic.
Okay.
Yeah. I would imagine Syl and Sue kind of like fill you guys in. Essentially, like the Ferez is the weave. The weave of magic was torn asunder thousands of years ago by elves, and it's just forever lingered here ever since.
Hey, Indigo, are you still suffering with cackle fever?
Ooh, thank you for reminding
probably
me.
so.
Let's double check on that. You guys all actually have to make
Oh, right, because we're
DC
close to him.
saving throws. Yeah, because you were all within it. So let's go with Sue first. She makes it. My vampire boy, he can't be diseased, so he's fine. Right. What you got there, Indigo? Or not Indigo, Safel.
So I have advantage because
Because of your thing.
against diseases. So I got a 16.
Okay, you're all right. Scylla,
24.
you're fine.
Damn.
All right.
What that con do?
That can't
Indigo,
go.
you can make another Constitution saving throw.
21.
Okay. Unfortunately, you still have it.
Ooh.
But I want you to roll a d6 for me.
All right.
This is very important.
It's a 4.
Okay. You will have this until the DC for saving against this disease. Every time you take a long rest, you will make another Constitution saving throw. Every time you succeed on that, you will roll another d6, and it will lower what you have to beat for the DC. When that DC hits 0, you're free of it. Unless you cast a spell to cure yourself, okay?
Indeed.
Or we use one of 3 charges of a certain ointment we just got that cures a disease.
You very well could. You do know, though, if you get into a kind of strenuous situation, you could become incapacitated with the ghouls.
Yeah, so I've been thinking, guys, I was kind of hoping I'd just, sleep this one off, but that doesn't seem to be happening, at least not fast enough for me. I'm just gonna, Indigo, like paddles of life to his own chest and casts a lesser restoration.
Okay. You're free of the cackle fever.
It's worth the spell slot at this point. It
Yeah.
must be done.
Yeah, especially after that last
We all
combat.
gotten it, yeah.
Yeah.
And that ointment will be better in combat because it will do all of those effects at once.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now that Indigo's no longer giggling, what you feeling, fools?
So our only direction from here is to go back the way we came. Is that what we?
I think that's just what it looks like on
we're not
this
gonna go
map.
up. Yeah.
I think this thicket to the east actually had a path on the main map.
Here, I'll bring you
Am
back
I-
to the main map here. There you
Okay.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will say, because of your time in this cavern, you see that there's a tight crevice/crack to the east that you could attempt to squeeze through. You could attempt. It'd be extremely difficult. Or you can go back to the west, and you know that there was a fork that continued going to the west. Or you could go back south.
Yeah, we would backtrack quite a bit.
I would feel better if we backtracked. I don't
Yep.
think it's a great idea to go single file in a tight space based on what we've encountered thus far.
That is an agreeable position to hold.
Yeah, works for me. Let's head on back.
All right, cool.
Right?
Yeah, head the other way down the fork.
I will
Still
go
level up.
ahead and move you all. You are back at the kind of fork there. Which way do you guys want to go? Do you want to go back to the south, or do you want to go to the west?
So the fork that would allow us to move towards the northeast was back down the southern passage, right?
As far as you know. You don't know where things will lead you. But yes, if you move
Are you
your
thinking we
map,
should go back further?
I think so. Because if we're
Yeah.
trying to get towards the northeast, there's that fork that we originally came to after swimming across the pond that has an east and a northeast option that we haven't taken yet.
Yeah. Let's check that out.
Yeah,
That
let's
sounds
do
good.
that. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I will go ahead and move you all. You all make your way back to the fork. You see that there is the one that goes directly kind of northeast, and then the one that goes to the east. And you want to go to the northeast one? Yes.
Yeah, can we hear anything ahead?
Make perception checks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
17.
Kool-Aid Man was here.
7.
15.
Sue got very bad. Atenes. I think they have advantage to smell, so they're gonna smell. They got an 18. Atenes points to the northeast tunnel and goes, "There's something faint farther to the north. I smell more of the small darrow.
Well, works for me.
Well, Sue, I believe I saw you practicing that new spell. Perhaps we could, employ a stealthy entrance this time?
Sure, yeah, if you feel now's the time to definitely use it. I mean, who knows exactly how far away we are, but sure, if you want me to, I got you.
Well, I'm fine to wait. I mean, when we get
I
closer
can
and start
hold
to
on
see
to it for
anything.
about an hour.
Perhaps we see what we're hearing and seeing the further we get down this tunnel. If we think we are getting close to something, might be best to wait until then.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Silla's marching down.
Yep.
Okay, you guys doing this stealthy the whole way, or you just walking? These boots are made for walking.
I think just similar
Yeah.
to like the cat, like what Safel said about the spell. If we start thinking that we're getting towards anything, or it seems like we're getting into inhabited territory,
Okay.
start stealthing. But until then,
Well, then you guys continue on. What's everybody's passive perception again?
oh, not great.
Better every day.
10.
15 for Atenes.
17.
11.
Who's got a 19? I don't know.
I also
how.
forgot that our proficiency bonuses increased
Yeah, it did.
with the level up
yeah.
as well. So pluses are now a little bit higher. My spell save DC is 17 now.
Ugh,
Sick
gross. Okay, yeah, you guys continue on for a while, both Sue and kind of Indigo leading the charge here. And eventually you notice that this cavern, or this tunnel, I should say, starts to head more directly north. And then eventually you come across a section in which you see that there's like two large cracks. One that goes to the southwest and one that goes kind of from this particular angle, what you would assume is northeasterly. But it looks like it's starting to bend kind of to the northwest. But it looks like it's going towards the northwest. Do you guys continue on this path or no?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You continue leading forward, and you see that it starts to narrow a bit. And as you reach this narrower section, both Indigo and Sue feel like they hear voices coming from ahead past this narrow little section. What do you guys want to do?
Oh yeah, Scylla immediately holds up her hand in like the stop motion of like, everybody wait.
Hold up.
Stop.
And then she kind of looks at everyone and like, are we agreed? Like, this is the time?
I think now would be the time.
I have a. So, we heard earlier that in one of those scrolls they were talking about traps ahead. I have a way of finding traps. Do you want me to kind of like magically look ahead here?
Oh yes, absolutely, Indigo.
They mentioned a stone. Was there mention of a stone giant?
I think it's a
In that
stone
as
speaker,
well?
maybe.
Stone speaker. That doesn't.
Which might be
I
the
guess
same
that
thing, I
doesn't
don't know.
specify the name of the creature or the type of being. Yes, by all means.
Will, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna cast Find Traps,
Okay.
which will locate. Or lets me sense any traps within 120 feet.
Within 120 feet. Okay. Yeah. You do not detect any traps ahead.
Indigo turns back and gives a thumbs up.
Lovely. Scylla will come shoulder to shoulder with Indigo and like, are we? I believe that up ahead is we're going to run into people. Are we going to be stealthy now?
I smell two of the smaller ones.
Atenace, it is a little unsettling when you breathe in our ears like that. Perhaps step a little bit back.
Apologies, I travel alone.
He's like,
It's very hard when you have such large teeth to not be so toothy in your way of speaking.
It's I understand the tentacles have a similar effect.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate
It's weird.
that.
They get in the way of your breathing
All the
mechanism.
time. I think about just reaching up and breaking off my teeth if I didn't need them to drink blood.
Oh right, it's a little much.
Atenaeus, with his enhanced perception and sense of smell, is able to tell you that he believes that there's 2 Darrow ahead. And he also mentions that there's something that smells more beastly as well.
I think perhaps we, similar to before, separate on opposite sides of the wall and stealth in to get a better look.
Yep, sounds good. Let's get sneaky.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna move you guys to another map.
Oh boy.
Let's see here. Let's do a little bit of reveal. You guys are all down here. You see this kind of narrow section that kind of goes onward. What do you want to do?
I guess are we? Adonai's only sensed 2 Darrow and 1 beast.
He couldn't identify how many beasts, but he
Okay.
or whatnot, but he definitely smelled something of that kind of nature.
Okay.
But he thinks because it's his preferred meal of choice, he thinks there's 2 Darrow in there.
I mean,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Do we want to get a drop on any conversations, or perhaps we could try and draw them out to us? At this point, I think we can agree that they aren't friendly.
No.
Well, Scylla, perhaps the two of us could kind of scoot forward a bit, get eyes on the situation, and then we'll develop the plan of attack. Does that sound good?
Why don't you take Indigo? I think perhaps Indigo's, I've noticed you're quite perceptive.
That's very true.
All right.
Certainly.
Well,
Thank you
Let's,
for noticing.
let's take a look there then, Indigo. She will move up to the left side wall. Make a perception check, Indigo.
Oh yeah. So I'll coming up Indigo. 18.
18. Nice job. Boom. She's got a +9 perception. Okay, so she's got a 17. The 2 of you make a stealth check. Actually, I forgot to have the 2 of you do that too.
Absolutely.
That is a 6 on the die for 2, but she has a +6, so that's a 12.
Ooh, I also rolled a 12.
All right. Let's see some passive perceptions of some folk. Double checking now. Okay, yep. You guys creep forward, and I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys a little bit because you passed on your stealth checks. As you come forward, you see this room, and I'll go ahead and reveal all of it here. Just a sec. And then I have some flavor text from the book. The first thing you notice as you enter the room is a heavy, unpleasant musk in the air, coming from the cages assembled from scrap iron on both sides of the chamber, and a spiral path circles into the center of the room marked by small stone pylons. 2 Darrow stand by a large cauldron in front of a tent near the cave's center. Both are talking while apparently ignoring each other. In the cages, you see 3 hulking brown bears appearing to be resting. And as you kind of come forward a little bit, but they don't notice you. They were sniffing the air a little bit.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So you got a little bit of a force in here.
Well, this is looking pretty great, Sue, I gotta say.
Well, certainly we've dealt with worse yesterday. I think we could take them, but is it honestly worth it?
I mean, Adnace probably wants to eat those dare over there, and...
Oh, that's very true.
I mean, also, who knows what's on the other side of that, like, cool swirly design, you know?
Yeah, it does seem to be leading up towards some kind of barred pathway.
Hey, you know what, Sue? Why don't you go back, grab the others? I have an idea.
All right. And she goes back to the rest of you guys, and she kind of like waves you forward, and she's like, Indigo's got a bit of an idea. Come on.
That is the most dangerous thing I've ever heard.
I know, he's an absolute fiend.
I'll
okay.
scoot up. I'll scoot up behind Indigo, or well, where Indigo was.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my
Alright,
way a little bit deeper inside,
let's go
so
ahead
I'm
and have
within
everybody
30
roll
feet of
stealth
all the
checks.
bears.
Okay, we're gonna need you to make another stealth check.
Oh
too,
my
Indigo.
God.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Well,
maybe.
I rolled a 12 again. And if you're willing, Will, I will probably be in a moment rendering the rest of these stealth checks pretty much irrelevant.
Sure. I'm just seeing if the bears notice the others coming or not.
Daw bears.
Dar bears. They do, because in great Sifel fashion, I rolled a 7.
Oh my.
Yeah. Atene's got a 1.
Oh.
And I think how that manifests is he gets so close to the aroma of the Darrow that he immediately goes into a rage. But since we got a surprise around here and Indigo has charged into the room, we're going to roll for initiative. All right, Indigo, you're going to get a surprise round, and you're also number 1 in the initiative. So what are you doing here?
Wow.
Hell
You
yeah.
crazy man.
Indigo walks boldly to the center of this room. He holds high his holy symbol of Twirl. Brother Bears, join me on my holy quest! As I channel divinity, charm animals.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I forgot you had this ability. Damn it.
This is incredible.
Saving throws.
All right.
How wise are these bears?
Fucking
Crap.
clutch.
All right. First one to the northwest. That's a 14.
That no longer saves.
Okay. This bear is now your buddy. I'm going to put a weird little heart on them. The one to the east of them, directly next door, that's another 14, so that one's charmed.
Oh my god.
They walk out
Fudge.
like, hey,
The one to the
Indigo,
south.
bring my picnic basket?
16? Does 16 make it?
A 16 does save.
Okay. You got 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's incredible.
But
Listen.
okay, so like, what's the full extent of this? Are they just charmed? Are they gonna like attack for you and everything?
So they are charmed by me for 1 minute and are friendly to me and all creatures I designate.
Ugh. Gross. Gross. All right, fine. Well, you charmed them. You done did it, and we're right at the top of the order with you again.
Listen, I know we had a rocky start, Sifel and Indigo, but you've been really growing on him the last couple sessions, let me say.
Indigo's coming in. He's coming in hot.
Holy shit.
Let's play ball. I turn back. I give a toothy thumbs up to Sue and the gang as they hang out behind. And then let's get feisty. and throw a guiding bolt at one of these Darrow over here. The one to the east,
Okay.
please.
Guiding bolt. Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
That's an absolute hit.
Amazing.
You're gonna obliterate him. He's a tiny Darrow.
That is... Oh, shit. That's 17 points of radiant damage.
Holy
Describe
shit.
your kill.
What the
Indigo holds up his holy symbol. He charms the bears. He turns to the west and just like 2 fingers pointed, just zap, and just atomizes one of those Darrows. And then Indigo's going to turn back to Adnaze. Oh, I am so sorry. I did not think that would be that effective. My bad.
He's just like roaring.
Yeah, that's fair. And I'm just going to step up towards the north, towards the Cool Bears.
The cool
All right.
bears.
All right, it's the one remaining Darrow's turn. Oh my god. He's like, Philbrook, no! He's gonna pull out his light repeating crossbow and he's like, damn you! And he's gonna just charge forward. And he's gonna fire it at you because you're the only one he currently sees. That's a 16 to hit.
Alright, a 16 does not hit. It bounces off the shield.
Dang it! He's so overcome. He's just like, Philbrook, how could you take him? Firing off his light crossbow, misses. That is his turn. It's Adonais now, who's going to like shove Sue and Scylla out of the way, or actually he like leaps over you and he will double move, so he gets 15. He gets right up on that Darrow and he's just and that is their turn. Safel, you're up.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, this whole combat just got reduced to nothing.
No, I'm all for this. I'm all for Merc Squad over here. All right, I am going to shuffle myself into the room.
Okay.
Okay. How far is this bad boy from me? Quite a ways.
He's dead. That one's dead.
Yes, I'm very well aware of that.
Oh. Okay.
Don't you
You're gonna
worry
do something
about
weird to him.
Don't you
aren't
worry about what I'm doing, Will.
Don't do
I know
anything
what
more to Philbrook.
Philbrook means nothing to me. I am going to... How high are these pens that the bears are within?
Let's see here.
I'm trying to figure out if they're bars or they're low and I can like shoot over them or through them, or if this is
You
sort
can
of
shoot.
blocking.
You can shoot through them. You're not going to be able to get like up and over them because the bars go up to the ceiling, and that's
Okay.
about 15 feet.
Okay. That is fine. So the other bear... Actually, no. I'm going to get into the room. And that is actually all I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to wait.
That is Safel. Scylla, you're up.
Yeah. Scylla's going to run forward, not even really knowing what the heck is going on yet. And I think she's gonna sprint out and so that's 30. She's gonna see all these bears in the cages. They seem to be friendly. She'll get on the other side of that Darrow and do a double move and end my turn.
Okay. It's Sue's turn. Sue's gonna move in. She gets here, and she's just looking around, and she's like, Indigo, where the hell was this yesterday?
Well, yeah, I had grackle lung yesterday, cackle fever, so I wasn't really at my best.
Well, damn. And she's gonna fire a shot at the clearly hostile bear to the south.
No, he's a bad bear.
Unless you say something, Indigo.
No, it's okay. The
Go
cool
ahead.
bears all over here.
Mark the other bear.
That one's not with our squad.
That one's not with us. All right, so she manages to hit it, and
He doesn't represent our vibe.
She does 7 points of damage to it. All right. Next up is the bears. So the two bears that Indigo has become best buds with, they kind of like lumber to the edge of the cages that they can't get out, but they're like up on their rear paws, and they're like trying to reach through, and they're just like trying to like lick Indigo.
No, that tickles.
Because
No.
they love them. And then this bear to the south is going to try and burst out, try to break through, because they are locked in the cage. So let's see what we can do with the strength check. That's an 11 on the die. Not enough to break through. They just start like mashing on the cage as much as possible. All right, Indigo, we're back up to you. You're being licked by some bears.
Well, yeah, guess that tickles. I'm gonna use a bonus action to do some ear scritches.
Nice.
And then I'll use a sacred flame on the caged mean bear.
The caged mean bear.
Dex
Okay,
save,
so
please.
dex saving throw, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a natural 19. Their dex. So that's a natural 19.
All right, that saves. The bear in the cage dodges the magical fire.
Yeah, they just happen to move in just the right way that you missed there. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hanging out with the cool bears.
Okay. It's the Darrow's turn, and he he drops his no. He holds like one crossbow at the chest of Adonais and has like his hook spear in the other pointed at Scylla, and he's like, "Come and get me, mother!" And he just like starts stabbing out with the hook spear at Scylla. That's a natural 1.
Oh no!
He's just like, Philbrook! And because he can't technically hold the crossbow with one hand, he like makes this horrible lunge with the with the hooked short spear, and he falls prone. Yeah, this is bad for him. And now it's Adonais' turn, and Adonais is gonna go full feral vampire mode and attack with 2 claws at advantage because he's prone. That's a natural 20 on the first one.
Fuck's sake.
And that's another natural 20. That's 2 natural 20s on both of his attacks. So he just fully pulls apart this Darrow and starts eating him. So this is what I'm gonna say. You can continue to attack the one hostile bear. And as you stay within this room, you can continue to kill it. Or if you try to leave it alone, the longer you spend in here, I will continue to roll strength checks until it gets out. But the other 2 are your friends. What are you thinking here?
I am gonna step up to a little bit closer to the mean bear, and I'm gonna try to cast animal friendship on him.
Okay. What do I gotta do here?
It's a whiz save.
Whiz save. I don't think that's gonna do it. Yeah, that's a 13.
Cool. He's my buddy for 24 hours.
Damn.
Jesus, so you got 2 for an hour and 1 for 24 hours.
Yep.
Okay, you got 3 bears under your control. You are officially out of combat. What would you like to do? You know one of these Darrow is named Philbrook, and the other one you don't know and has been consumed by Adonais, who is now making his way over to the other one.
Jesus. That barred section that the pattern is leading to, is there like a lock on it? Is it just like completely barred off, no opening mechanism? Like, what's the deal with that?
I'm just double checking here. Okay, it's a large gate made out of iron bars, and it does look like that it is locked.
Indigo, before Adonais fully consumes them, did either of these pests have keys on them?
I actually didn't check, but I'll look at the gored remains of this one, and in this tent here and see if I can find a key for you.
Okay. Make an investigation or perception check.
Oh yeah. Thank you for the option. 22 perception.
Okay. Yeah, you do find that there is a key on the body that Scylla is standing next to.
Cool. Sorry, friend of Philbrook. That's a rough way to go. Man,
All right.
I look over at Sue. Are we the bad guys? I mean,
I kind of feel like a bad guy, but also these guys are clearly a pain in the ass. And how the fuck did they get 3 cave bears down here?
yeah. Also, I think this is some animal cruelty.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like toss the key to Safel. Like, I'm gonna look for some bear food. And I would like to look for bear food.
Would you
Okay.
also like to release them
Oh,
if they could be potential allies?
yeah. I mean, I'm of two minds about it, Safel. I would definitely like the bears to not be in these cages. I feel a little bit wrong about asking them to fight for us. I mean, they're just trying to do bear stuff.
I suppose it is a moralistic issue of using them as fodder.
Yeah. Well, let me see. Maybe give me a second to check my my holy book here and see if I can have a way to talk to them and see what their feelings are on this matter.
I also I
God
need to
damn
say, and actually Safel will I assume they had to get closer to pass the key or whatever. So as Indigo gets closer to him, one way or the other, vice versa, Safel will sheepishly look at him and be like, "I have never been more impressed and proud of you. That was very very good.
Oh, thank you, Safel. Well, that means luck.
Do more of that down here."
Absolutely. 10 out of 10. And Indigo's going to sit down and start ritually casting Speak with Beasts.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
Okay.
You gave him the one thing he could use against you.
Yep. Yeah, I totally forgot. Nature cleric. Damn it. Okay. So you know that there's this odd spiral kind of pathway that leads to the large iron gate that you're trying to get through Safel. Within the room, you find that there are 2 flea-ridden bedrolls. You find a Zerkwood bucket that contains edible fungi, and it equals out to about 2 days' rations.
Okay.
And you find a wineskin full of a particular pungent stout. Otherwise, you don't find anything other than that you think would have been fed to these cave bears, but that's what you notice in this room.
Can I pop a quick detect magic just to see if these obelisks or crystalline looking fixtures along the path spark anything?
Absolutely. You see that this path actually helps channel magic here that was used, enchantment magic that was used to tame these bears and put them under the control of the Darrow in this room.
Interesting.
But
So,
otherwise they are inactive.
So what they would have charged through the entrance, and as they went into this path it pacified them in a way?
Kind of. One of them or some kind of magic user would have casted a spell, and as they followed the path through these prisms, they would have acted as spell focuses to kind of work with the Frez within the area to naturally increase the potency of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll pass that along, especially to Indigo, as the Darrow seem to be quite adept at twisting the Frez, and now they are using it to manipulate wildlife, essentially.
Yeah.
My biggest concern is that if we leave them in these cages, but we've taken care of the Darrow, I don't believe that these bears would have any source of food or water without getting out.
I agree. I'm thinking we definitely let them out. It's just like when we let them out. You know what I mean?
And we let them go on their way,
Yeah.
not ours.
Yeah. See, Seville gets it.
I like it.
Sure, yeah. Athanase pulls away from the body. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of like stands there covered in gore.
Yeah. Sorry that went so crispy, my friend. That was on me.
It's fine. Okay. What's your plan now?
I guess we just open the gate and keep going after we release the bears.
Yeah. I want to ask
Okay.
the bears a couple questions first.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, that's,
that's
right.
right.
Yes, you
That's
were
right.
originally casting. All right. What do you want to know of your bear friends? Your 3 bear friends.
Hey guys, my name is Inigo. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance here. I was a little bit
Hi.
wondering what's going on in this room here.
Led down with treats. Lots of treats. And then walk through the crystals. And then put in this cage. Bad cage. Don't like the cage. Definitely don't like the cage. Totally don't like the cage. Absolutely not. And then stuck here.
Yeah.
Just
have you-
stuck.
Have you ever been through that gate over there? And I point toward the gate.
Yeah,
on the
that's how they
northwest.
brought us in.
Well, what's on the other side?
More tunnel.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
Anywhere but here. Out of the cage. Out of the cage sounds good. Yeah, I'd love to be out of the cage.
I've talked to my bear friends. They're all pretty chill, and they want to be out of this cage.
Indigo, really quickly, ask them when they were captured.
Oh, excellent, Phil. My friends, how long have you been here in this cage?
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. How about you? I don't know. A while.
They don't
I'm
seem to
Indigo.
have a tight grasp on time.
Maybe ask them if there were more bears that grew more heads.
Oh, yeah. Were there other bears here?
No. No other bears. Were there other
Okay.
bears? No.
Any other animals of any kind?
No. No other animals. Did you notice any other animals? I didn't see any other animals. Yeah, I didn't either.
Are you hungry?
I'm very hungry. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry myself. You know what? I could eat.
Yep.
I'm doing all 3, by the way, if it's not clear.
Are you sure we can't?
It's
keep
marvelous.
I mean, I don't see why we can't each ride a bear.
It would
You
make
have
traveling,
2 for an hour and 1 for 24 hours.
It would make traveling faster, and I'm just saying. Oh no, we have horseshoes. You can't put a horseshoe on a pod beast.
No.
You can try.
Yeah, I want to survive the day.
Sounds ghastly. Cool. I'll let Cephal and Scylla know that like there's just more tunnels up to the northwest, and that's where the bears came from originally. But then I'm gonna start unlocking the cages unless anyone has something to
But
say.
like, hear me out. What if?
Nothing good
You
has
know.
ever followed that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they were controlled by walking around in a circle with treats. I mean, why can't we do that?
Because it's morally objectionable.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm not opposed to treats. Yeah, did somebody
That's-
talk about treats? Who's got
Yeah,
the
I was-
treats?
Well,
And
You just
this is
said
why
that.
they got captured.
Scylla, now they're really hungry for the treats. Do you have any treats, Scylla?
I have monstrous dog.
You guys like
I
dog?
don't know. I've never had monstrous dog. What's monstrous dog taste like? Yeah, is it stringy?
Let's try it.
I will hand over 1 pound each for each bear.
I will feed the bears.
There goes 3 of our rations.
It's not bad. It's a little tough. Yeah, it tastes like brimstone. Is that sulfur? Where'd you guys cook this?
We didn't.
Oh, so it's just a natural spice? It's spicy. Why is
Yeah.
it spicy? Do I
Now-
even have spicy as a taste bud?
Now I'm curious if they grow a second head. We're gonna come back and there are gonna be 2 heads on each bear.
Alright, so my friend Scylla over there, she's the one with the meat. Now she would like to know if anyone would like to be rode into battle like some sort of majestic war beast.
You got more of that spicy meat?
I'm in. Yeah, I'll definitely do it for some treats. I don't know. The two other bears turns towards him and they're like, treats! And he's like, okay, I'll do it for some treats.
Scylla, they're down.
Wow, that is wonderful. Now, Indigo, do you think that they're only down as a result of your influence?
I think that's a big part of it, but also they're very food motivated, so
I have,
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm more the strategist, but you have talked about moral objectability in this. Coercion and bribery does not imply consent.
that's true.
So
You know,
perhaps
Sifel,
if we waited until they were in a better mindset and they were willing, I would more buy that. But if they are only willing because of the same means that trapped them in the first place, I don't think we are any more. There's no moral high ground for us.
Pal, I am so impressed that you brought up this argument. I couldn't agree more. We will come back when they are sober.
Yep, that's fair. And Scylla, as a consolation prize, you could ride me as a warglader.
Oh, great! Then I won't have to worry about. Well, I suppose the bear would also be helpful, but anyway, we'll think about it.
Yep. All right. So, my friends, my Ursine brothers, I'm gonna go ahead and pop you out of here, and you guys can do whatever you want. So, have fun.
Oh, but what if we want treats? Yeah, what if I want a treat? Where are you going?
I mean, we're gonna go over there. So, I mean, if you want to come, you can come, but it's no pressure.
You got more of the spicy dog meat? Yeah, I want a little bit more of the spicy dog meat. What's to the south?
There's some nasty water, some mushroom people, and some dead guys.
I could use some water. Yeah, but what about treats? Ugh, I do love treats. I
There
don't know,
are
dead people?
there are bled bodies essentially.
Dead bodies.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
you know what? How about this? You guys, you go on, follow your noses, get yourself a nice snack, and then we'll round about here in a day or so. And if you want some spicy treats, we'll hook you up.
You just let circled back fucking cave bears.
You see circle back and they're all just like, they get transfixed. They're like,
Circle back. Circle back.
Yeah.
and then they go feral. No, I'm just kidding.
These guys get it.
They get it.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. What's a day?
So after you eat and then sleep and then maybe eat again, then come find us for the spicy meat.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Does it sound good? Yeah, it sounds good.
All right. Well, and I'm gonna open up the cage and let them out.
Okay, yeah, you just see it's a little pin lock, so you flip it up and over for all three of them, and they all come out, and they're just like, see you in a day. Make sure you got
Alright.
that spicy meat.
I want that
we will.
spicy meat.
Enjoy the wander around the cave.
Okay, bye. Bye. Spicy meat.
And the cave bears fucking leave. This was the weirdest shit ever, and I loved it.
That was a brilliant lesson in absurdity, and I'm so happy that we got to experience that.
Yep, that was
So-
a lot of yes and I was all for it.
That was the best.
All right, bear whisperers, going
Okay.
through the locked door.
Let's go, Snow White.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. You guys open up the locked door, and you find yourselves in another tunnel. One that goes more easterly, and one that goes kind of to semi-northeasterly, and one that goes kind of to the west. What do you guys want to do?
So I'm tempted to continue to follow to the northeast, but the reason I had you ask about how long they had been there is I'm curious if the spark in the Ferez was the activation of this circle of obelisks. If perhaps we're following something insignificant that we have already sussed out the source of.
I mean, it's possible, but again, it's hard to put stock by how much time the bears know past. They're not great at
No.
clocks.
It didn't sound like it was recent.
No, I think they've been there for at least a little while. So I think we keep following your clue there, Sifel.
Very well. To the northeast.
Okay. Moving on ahead, kind of normal pace, no stealthy, relying on passive perceptions.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Sue and Indigo in the lead. You guys start following the path northeast. And it continues on for a while. It starts to kind of like even out into a more easterly path until you reach another point where you see another one of those cracks on to the north and to the south of this tunnel. Again, kind of a smaller space. It would take some squeezing or somehow shrinking yourselves to get through there. Are you interested in the cracks or just continuing on along the path?
I have a very odd question about the cracks.
Do
Or I
it.
guess a simple question based off of an odd curiosity.
Yes.
How recent does it look like this crack formed?
I feel like you asked this earlier.
Well,
you
so
could
I
use-
asked if it. I asked
Sure.
by the means by which it was formed, like if it looked natural or like something had done this.
Gotcha.
Now I'm curious about how recently it happened.
I imagine you stop and you kind of check it out, and you kind of like make this quandary or allow, or not quandary. That's not the right word. Query out loud, and I think Sue comes over and being kind of equipped. She's going to use stone cunning to make an intelligence check to kind of help you determine that. So she goes, these look like they're a natural combination of some kind of perhaps movement, a type of quake that might have split a fissure through the earth, and then it has been somewhat widened and warped by the Frey's influence, but otherwise it appears natural. And quite a long time ago, probably a few thousand years ago, nothing appears. You know,
I was
particularly
curious
recent.
if the events or like whatever Darrow were doing shit back here, because we've been told that they're trying to rip a hole in fucking whatever. I was curious if maybe they were
She
like
has
causing
no way of knowing
seismic.
yeah, she doesn't know if that is responsible there.
No, I mean,
Clearly, it was a seismic event, but she doesn't know if it's related
Yeah.
to that.
I didn't. If you had said it was a more recent thing, I'd be a bit more curious about that. But
Sure. All right. Continuing on the path, or trying to squeeze in
Yes.
some cracks.
let's just
Okay.
continue.
Yeah, stay on the path.
Reveal. You guys continuing on. It's now moving definitely more consistently to the east. And then as you get to this kind of like juncture, you feel like it's starting to move downwards, and it smells and feels damp as you kind of get to this point. And you hear what sounds like the trickle of some water. What
Well,
would you like to do?
this is a bit concerning. I don't want anyone to get cackle fever again.
Yeah, that would be best if we
Yeah,
didn't.
no, that doesn't sound great.
Perhaps, I mean, if this is coming toward more water, then we might want to turn around and go the other way.
Well, maybe we can
It
just take a
is-
look.
Yes, let's see if it is a. It might just be coming from the ceiling or a small stream that we could navigate. I agree with you if it is a large body of water. I also. Do we have any way to check the toxicity of water? Or is the assumption that all water down here carries disease?
I could. Oh no, I didn't. Sue didn't take detect poison and
Because
disease.
at a certain point, I know that you are going to need to drink, and we don't have a large collection of water.
I couldn't I couldn't tell you if all the water's bad down here, but if it's connected in any way, shape, or form to water from the Dark Lake, it could have any number of things in there. Well, you'd probably be a little bit better off there, Scylla, wouldn't you?
Yes, actually. Perhaps I could take a look at the water and see what I could find out. There are certain things in the Dark Lake, but my people, well, for the most part, we don't come into contact with anything too serious.
I would also say that I seem to have a natural resistance to disease effects and similar things. If we want a test for any water we come into, I could volunteer myself to see if the water tastes or feels tainted. It doesn't eliminate the risk of diseasing myself, but I do have a slightly higher chance of resistance than perhaps the rest of us do.
Yes, let's take a look. I will examine to see what I can find out, and then perhaps that is the second step, if we feel like we need to move forward.
Agreed.
Okay. So you guys are creeping into this space, and you realize it opens up into a large cavern. And as you walk in, you see that this chamber splits into two paths surrounding a large pool filled by water trickling from stalactites along the ceiling. The western path forms a ramp above the pool's surface, while the eastern path that you guys are coming from goes down and continues into a tunnel opening, and the water turns darker towards the center of the pool, where it seems to transform from a gentle swirl into a small churning vortex. And you also see that the path continues down to the south.
Well, around and up?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like we
Think
need to get our
so.
feet wet, which is nice.
Would we like to test the water regardless for ration collecting?
Good idea. We're here.
Yes, let's do that. Just so everyone knows, we have 7 gallons of water right now.
Oh, do we?
Mm-hmm.
So you're,
Okay.
you're not doing bad then. Those water orbs, I think, held a decent amount.
Well, so I think we have to
also had some
refill them.
barrel stocks.
Oh, you did have barrel stocks. Yeah.
I think the
Water orbs, yeah.
Yeah,
we
the
can
2
refill.
water orbs act as like 1 day's worth.
Okay.
And then we would have to refill it, because we ruled that we could use it as a water skin.
That's
or we
right,
could eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't used those yet, so we do have them. But I didn't know we had 7 additional gallons.
Up to you guys what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, if it's good water, it wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it like there is like a nice embankment that we could like get close to the water without like having to dip down or anything, or like is it?
Oh
like,
yeah,
a
you
drop
can
off?
you can walk right up to the edge of it. It just seems like it grows a little bit darker. The water falls from stalactites down into the pool, kind of like there's so many of them that it makes a nice constant supply. And then it seems like there's some kind of natural deposit or drain towards the center of it where the water is slowly getting sucked downwards.
It actually
Alright.
might be beneficial, too, that it's coming from the ceiling. It might be more natural water.
Yeah, Scylla will approach the edge of the water. I will get out both orbs and try to fill them.
Okay.
And
You're drawing from the lake water, or not the lake water, the pool of water, or are you trying to catch it?
yeah, I think she's trying to put the water in the orb so that she can then examine it to make sure that it's okay.
Okay. I think they kind of, I mean, unless you want to describe how it works, I almost picture them acting like sponges. Like you squeeze it, and then as you let go, it absorbs water. But unless you
Yeah,
want
I
to
like that.
come up with a cool way. Okay. Yeah, you go down, and you know what? I'm going to make these things work like a natural filter. considering they're a plant. Like, this is what I picture. Like, you go down there, if it acts like a sponge, I imagine certain things aren't permeable through its surface. And so you are able to get 2 full orbs of clean water.
My lord, he has mercy.
Surprise. Surprise.
They're life straws.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's very good to know, though, that we essentially have filtered water as an option.
Yeah.
Life's a beach. Why make it harder?
Um,
JK, I will make it harder.
Well, that is the question. So everyone also has a water skin.
Hmm.
Oh, wait. Can't we just, like, fill up the sponge, put it in the water skin, fill up the sponge?
Well, the
Yeah.
sponges would act as the water skin. Like the
You
water
could-
Yeah,
you
but,
could
like,
do
then
both.
transfer, like, use it to filter and then transfer to the water skin.
Do we have
like, it would
other
take
water
time.
skins?
Well, yeah.
Sue has one that can hold...
Scylla has
how
one.
long can it hold? It can hold 4 pints of liquid.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So that's what a typical water skin can do.
I honestly didn't
And-
know if we had any of our like starting stuff like that. Since
You
the prison.
guys do not, because Scylla and Sue are kind of like latecomers, didn't have to go
Right.
through the whole prison thing. You know, you guys would have to stock up on that back in like Gracklestug if you want.
Gotcha. So we'll make that as a note for ourselves that maybe the next time we're in Gracklestug, we should grab water
Yeah, you
skins
can-
for ourselves.
You can grab all the basic supplies that you want to, as long
Yeah.
as you got the money.
But we can use the 2 water orbs that I had as well as water skins for now.
Okay, so you managed to stock up on some water. You guys want to head to the path that kind of winds around up and back to kind of like the northeast?
Yes. Yeah, let's see
Okay.
what that looks like.
You guys are making your way up, and as you do, Indigo, because of your high passive perception, you notice Sue kind of like stops and is like squinting her eyes, and she's like looking around like, do you hear that? And you hear what sounds like sloshing, Indigo.
That's some odd little water noise.
And then you start hearing like this.
Oh dear.
Oh
And
no.
you all look back and you see this
Oh.
large water-like
God
creature
damn
rise
it.
60 feet out of
60
the pool.
Oh
feet.
my.
At the same height as you. It has risen on this water and it goes to attack. And that's where we'll leave it this week.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you again. You're one of our favorite listeners. You made it to the post show notes. Thank you so much for your support. Yes, new outro means new news. We started a Discord server. Yes, we wanted to create a space for our listeners to meet fellow fans of the show. It's a new community, so hop on in, say hi, we'll be there. You can find it by going to our Twitter page, and it's linked up at the top there. Our Linktree/The Madness Table has all of our links to all of our stuff. Speaking of which, if you haven't, please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We try to, post some memes and other exciting stuff, especially on Twitter, so we would love the support there. We're also going to be launching a bonus action segment soon where we talk about the behind the scenes for the different chapters of our story. So please keep an eye out for those. And if you want to submit any questions for a future bonus action segment, please email us at themadnesstable@gmail.com. Lastly, please leave a review if you haven't. All the reviews do is they help us grow. It's a quick, easy, and free way to show your support. And we always appreciate that. So again, thank you so much for listening. We hope you're happy and healthy. We'll see you next week when